Hiya, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Tabby. Guys, today we made some hummus. Evidently May 13th was National Hummus Day and we missed it, but that's all right. We're gonna do it today and it is absolutely delicious. So quick and easy to throw together. You probably have most of what you need. You might have to grab a couple things at the store. Make a quick trip, it's gonna be worth it. Let's get cooking. All right, let's get this hummus made. I'm excited. I've never made hummus before. This is my first time. I got this recipe from the mediterraneandish.com and it looks really easy and I love hummus. And so I buy it a lot with the roasted red peppers on top or the roasted garlic on top. So I'm gonna try it and see what happens. Maybe I won't ever have to buy it again. So what I have here are 3 cups of canned chickpeas and I have rinsed and drained them, or drained and rinsed them really well. So they've been drained and rinsed really well. My little food processor is not gonna hold all 3 cups. I'm gonna have to do this in 2 batches. So I'm just gonna put about half of them in here. Yeah, it's not gonna hold all of it, so we're just gonna do it in 2 batches. So I've got about 1.5 cups of chickpeas, and this is 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. So I'm just gonna take about half of that and put it in. And right now, all we're gonna do is just blend up these chickpeas and garlic and get those mixed up, blended up really well. I have it set on puree. All right, here we go. Wow, she said it would be crumbly, and it is. It is quite crumbly. So far, so good. All right, now, most large food processors have a chute up here that you can put stuff in while it's running. Mine does not have that, so I'm just gonna have to put in what goes next with it not running, and then I'll turn it on. So the next step is to put in some kosher salt. So I'm gonna drop that in. And I will have the recipe on my website, inthekitchenwithtabbi.com, and this one will be under appetizers. So you'll find this under the appetizers category. So let's get our half of a lemon. You're supposed to do the juice of 1 lemon, so I'm gonna do half of it here on this batch. Whew, that smells so good, that garlic and lemon. All right, so there's the lemon. There's a little bit of pulp there. I'm gonna throw that little bit of pulp in there too. I think that'll be good. All right, and then we have tahini paste or tahini sauce, which is just ground up sesame seeds. So it's just tahini. Tahini is really good to use in salad dressings too. It's a very creamy, makes it real creamy without adding a lot of cream and things to it. So kind of a vegan way of creating that creaminess. Put just a little bit more in there. So this is 1/3 cup, so we're using half of it. And then we're gonna throw in a couple of ice cubes. It said 3 or 4, so we're gonna do 3 and then we'll do 2 on the next one. All right, let's blend it up. All right, I'm gonna scrape the sides down a little bit. It's definitely getting creamy. Okay, oops. You gotta stay in there, buddy. Does anybody else talk to their food? I talk to my food sometimes. All right, I'm gonna give it a little taste and see if it needs any more salt. Here we go, it's very pretty. The consistency is perfect. Wow. Tastes like hummus. That is really good, but I am gonna add just a little more salt. Just a nice pinch. Let's blend that up a little bit and then we will do the other half. I love hummus with carrots. I love it with chips. Sometimes I'll put it on a sandwich and eat it on a sandwich with, some turkey. The consistency is perfect. It said if you needed to, you could add just a touch of hot water if it wasn't thin enough or if it, the consistency wasn't right, but I don't think I need to. I think the consistency looks pretty good. All right, let me get this out of here. Come over here. I'm gonna put this in my vintage Pyrex bowl here. And I have some more chickpeas over here, you can see. And I think I'm gonna go live and do those live here in just a few minutes with you guys. Make some hummus live. Wow, this looks really, really good. I am really impressed with how easy it was to throw together. My bowl, I think, is a little too big, but that's okay. Let's get the rest of it made here. Here's the rest of the chickpeas and the garlic. So we're gonna get those in there first. Let's get that blended up. All right, now we're gonna add a couple of ice cubes. And these are kind of melted, so I'm gonna go ahead and do, it's kind of like 2.5. Let's put a nice pinch of salt in there. The rest of our tahini or sesame seed paste or cream or whatever you want to call it. And our lemon. Okay, let's get it blended up. The ice doesn't really chop up in there, it just kind of melts as it's blending around. Because I can still see the little pieces popping around in there, but they're not really chopping, they're just melting inside the hummus. All right, let me scrape those sides down. I think Dale's really gonna like this. He likes hummus a lot too. I'm gonna give it plenty of time to blend around in there, make sure that salt is all incorporated really well. And the garlic. All right, let's give it a little taste. That's it, man. I don't think it can get any better. Tastes just like hummus. If you like hummus, or you buy hummus in the store, you definitely want to give this recipe a try. Come on over so you can see what I'm doing. Look how nice and creamy that is. The consistency is just perfect. I think by the time I do this last little bit over here, this bowl won't be so big. I think it'll be more appropriate. And I think a little bit of a shallow dish is kind of a good thing because you're gonna drizzle some olive oil on the top. And you wanna have plenty of space there to drizzle that olive oil. I have some dried minced garlic, so I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of that on top. Since we have the garlic in it, I thought that might be kind of good, and it doesn't taste super strong with garlic, so it's just a little paprika. Okay, and then we drizzle a little bit of olive oil. I like to put my finger over it just because it kind of slows it down a little bit. So you're just gonna let a little bit of olive oil kind of drip out over that. You don't want to drench it in olive oil. You just want to, more for the aesthetics. Here we go. All right, and there you have it. Homemade hummus, guys. And coincidentally, yesterday was National Hummus Day. So there we go. We're a day late, but that's okay. That is some beautiful, beautiful hummus. All right, let me grab some carrots and we're gonna give it a try. All right, got a little baby carrot here. Let's just see how it tastes. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And there are so many things you could do with this. Now I did it just like she said this time, with the exception of, she said at the end with the olive oil to sprinkle some sumac on top. And I don't have sumac, so I did the paprika and the minced garlic, but I think it's absolutely delicious. But I think there are so many things you could do with this. My brain is going, what other seasonings could we put in there? Like maybe some of the new strawberry something for summer from BT Lee's, and that would add just a little bit of a strawberry flavor. Never had strawberry hummus, but it might be kind of fun. You could also probably use the taco, something to talk about. Sprinkle a little bit of that in there or on top, just so it's not totally immersed in the hummus, but just a little flavor on top. I think that would be good with the olive oil. There's just a lot of different things you could do with this. Some roasted red peppers. Get some roasted red peppers and put them on top. That would be beautiful. So yeah, have fun with it. Whatever you do, just have fun. And remember, you're going to find this recipe on my website, inthekitchenwithtabbi.com. And like I said, I got the recipe from mediterraneandish.com. And she's great. If you don't follow her on YouTube or Facebook, you should. She's really great. So, all right, guys, you know what I need you to do? Spread this video around like some good butter. Share it with all of your friends and family so they can see how fun it is to get in the kitchen and make a little hummus. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure that you like and comment, because that lets them know that you like the content. And every time I post a new video, they will show it to you first. And don't forget on YouTube to click the subscribe button and the notification bell all. That's really important too. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for coming into the kitchen with me. I sure love having you here. It's so much more fun cooking with you. Remember, Christ is the unseen guest at every dinner table and the silent listener at every single conversation. So just make sure that those words coming out of your mouth are pure and sweet like honey, just like my shirt says, and make sure that you're shining your light bright, drawing others to Christ, because that's what we're called to do. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I love you, and God loves you even more. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.